steering wheels. That helps you go in the right direction on your build. A tilt. And then that one's got a key. That's interesting. Ow, I hit my head on the gantry thing. There's a key in that one too. Goodness. How does that happen? What I'm going to do, because it's a beautiful day, is let some sunlight in here. I prepare for the oh, that is a nice warm sun. Alright. Man, it really lights the shop up too. Probably not a ton to show anyone today. Just doing seals and gaskets and like these when I put them on. Obviously there's nothing on, there's only 2 bolts in each. This one's gonna be fun to get to, but I'll do it. I'm gonna clean off the fuel injection rail. It's actually just sitting in the garbage can because it was leaking gas. Pulled out the injectors as well. They're pretty cool. Made myself a rudimentary little tester to see if they're opening and closing. They were, which was nice, but they're pretty clogged. So I'm gonna ultrasonic them and get new O-rings for all of them. I took these ones off. I mean, like, you know, they're not bad, but why? Why reuse them when you don't have to? You can, for $20, you can just buy a new set. This is cool. Check this out. New seal, little plastic piece in the middle. I'm gonna use that to help press it in. Right way, there we go, that way. Change that seal too, clean it all up. I went upstairs to our bucket of parts and grabbed out the water pump, or the pomp tree de water, as they call it in some other language I'm making up. And I decided to give Mark a shout on this one because, you know, it's a 270,000 kilometer engine. I don't know what that is in miles, probably like 4 or 5 miles, that we've done everything else on. The bearing is good. This, not so much. This, not so much. Obviously, whatever. But we've opted to just go with a new one. We do want to drive this car. We want to go places in it. And while the engine's out, we're gonna do little things like that. The power steering pump is pretty crusty too, so we'll probably replace that as well. There's my stunning find. Just doing some archaeology in the old shop, and here is the missing valve cover bolt. Awesome. Oh, I stoked on that. I wondered where that went. A weird little piece of there. These are coming right back out anyway because I can do my valve cover gaskets. But just to say we've got it. Man, when the sun is out like this, all I want to do is grow my mullet and put on some sunglasses and take Jean-Claude for a rip. Look at it. Just beautiful. And back to engine stuff. Alright, time to do valve cover gaskets and move on to the fuel rail. Blow it out, make sure all is good. All seemed good. There's a ton of gas in it. I'm glad I wasn't going to take the injectors out. And then, you know, you think these things, because you feel a little bit like, okay, the car's coming along faster than I'm coming along, so, but then I was like, you know what, no, enough's enough. I gotta pull these apart and do it right. So, turns out Miss Steak is not just the name of my favorite cow. It is also something I have done here. Had to go and kind of double check things because I was having an issue with the rear cover on. So obviously, look at that. So my assumption, which is, you know, not something I should have done, was I read that these little tangs point to the back of the engine. However, that's where I stopped reading. I didn't keep reading that the number 5, they point to the front of the engine, and the reason I assumed it was because they're stamped 1, 2, 3, 4, and Senko. So I just thought the numbers would all line up on one side. It doesn't work that way. This one has to be spun around. You can see there's provisions for the rear cover with your rear seal built into it. So, nothing major, But just as I was getting new gaskets and stuff on, I realized, or I double checked and discovered that this is the way it's supposed to be. So I'm going to pull this cap and then put it back on. All right, now in today's episode of Old Men Fumbling with Stuff, which apparently isn't a football reference, it's an actual, lifestyle reference. I'm gonna check out the fuel pump on this. This is one of the things rumored not to work. And you may wonder, you go, hey, since when is your fuel pump in the trunk of your car? Well, it's when previous people to you have had the car, and there you go. They cut a hole in the floor to access the fuel pump. So let's figure out how to get this rug out. One, two, three. Now I'm standing half on a trailer and half in the car here, so let's maybe move right into the car. Let's see if we can wiggle this either way. I don't think I've got the spit. So I think we've discovered one issue with what's going on with the old fuel pump. All the wiring going into it, right there, looks all chewed up. So, whether or not wiring makes a difference when it comes to how things work, I don't know. I've heard rumor before that it does. But hey, who am I to speculate? When you make like the karate sounds, it helps with getting things apart. Okay, we'll say that's undone. Now, that's some bad smelling gas. Let's knock a bunch of junk into the fuel tank. Ooh. We're almost free. I always thought it was an absolutely brilliant design. Oh goodness, that wasn't what I wanted to do on a Sunday afternoon. Of course, it's Tuesday, so that's good. I heard they've made more of these, so if anything happens to these ones, I'll be okay. There we go. So it's always good when the fabric is coming out of your hoses. It means you've tightened it up just enough to destroy it completely. I don't think I'll need to replace these, do you? I think they'll be A-okay. Okay, I'm gonna go for these really intense scissors. Alright, we're out. The tank actually looks pretty good. I'm trying to find something to cover this hole. And those obviously were trash. I had to cut these wires to get them apart, but they were in bad shape anyway, so I'll make a new connector for that. And here's the pump. There's a piece on the bottom that was like melted and stuck to it. I don't know that this pump is good. I think it's done. So let's go check it out. Also, a lot of interesting cuts on there. Not sure what that's about. So this thing is done. So what I did was I actually pulled the wires off the bottom and I cut some ends just to give it a test to see that I've ruined a perfectly good fuel pump. Although, by the look of it, that's done. It's the whatever gas is in there is melting it. I actually got to siphon that tank out, but you know what? Just for fun, we're gonna test to see if this guy works anyway. Oh, there's a wire attached there. So we'll use our handy dandy low voltage because it's not very charged booster pack. Very old one. I love this thing. I use it to test all sorts of stuff. There, let's hear if we hear a click. Ooh! Yeah, I tried. There's an obvious chance that we don't have a good ground. No. She done. Ooh, that heated up, eh? Yeah, if I'm getting absolute, that's just the gauge. Yeah. So this sucker is toasty. Good to know. So we'll put a new fuel pump on order for that. And maybe get this car running. It'll be pretty rad. All right, out for now.